of the Southeast Asia region. This is it, Purge. This is the moment. Comes down to this. One last best of 5. It's Mineski and TNC, the rematch. We just witnessed these two go head-to-head earlier today, and now we get to see it again. How you feeling about this grand final?
It's going to be all over the place. The best of 3s leading up to at least a loser's bracket match were pretty straightforward. Lots of the same picks, figuring out how they valued certain heroes, but it could be just like the last set was that Mineski was in. The picks were more weird. They were kind of going a little bit outside that. It was a lot of orange doing that, but I think TNC has proved they're the better team than Mineski. I feel like the first set that we covered, the winners bracket one, felt different than the loser bracket match did. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Mineski, I think, especially because they've also had to play 6 games.
Yeah, that's something.
And TNC did 3 in a break of 2 hours, 3 hours, kind of a thing. So
that's a pretty nice winner's advantage right there, I'd have to say. You get to sit back, you get to watch your opponent continue to exhaust themselves a bit, and now they're going to be going up against TNC. Yeah, they've already faced off. Maybe they've learned something about it, but
Witch Doctor first pick, baby.
Will it happen? No, Slardar was actually not banned, so maybe he will be the first pick.
I would take Slar over Witch Doctor, I guess.
It's feasible. It's TNC and it's Sam, so might have to make it happen. No, Witch Doctor.
Gotta keep the faith, dude. Witch Doctor overall.
Witch Doctor! It's not even like I'm watching all these games, it's like the Witch Doctor did it. This was why they won. It's just...
Yeah, well...
getting Witch Doctor. Maybe it's just to eliminate possible heroes from just showing up. He does cut down the hero pool a little bit, but...
With Beastmaster in the game, if they didn't have Witch Doctor, they'd be a bit weaker at dealing with him in the laning stage. They also grabbed the Slark, as the Dark Pact is pretty good against the Beastmaster ganks. If you can tank the ganks as a Slark, you're in a good spot. And I believe Teehee is fantastic at Slark. Maybe he doesn't always win his lane in the 1v1. He's been playing a lot of mid on it. But he's good at tanking ganks. He's good at rotating. He basically plays like a ganking Slark, sort of. And he doesn't even need a lot of items to do it. It's like pre-Blink, pre-Shadow Blade. He gets kills, and that is fantastic. And a lot more Slarks need to be able to do that.
Just want to go back to this Witch Doctor again here. It's just funny. You know, Cuckoo has been playing a lot of the Witch Doctor, and I'd forgotten entirely Cuckoo used to be on Mineski, and he was like their man player. That was like when they were playing a lot of the Huskar, Best Alliance at the Frankfurt Major, when Huskar was a real big thing, but now he's jumped ship from Mineski, found his new home with TNC, and they're like, get down to the support role. And by the way, you're going to be playing Witch Doctor every single game.
I like when players do that, though. Like, a really good player, put them on support, learn support really well, they make sick plays. Like, that's something you learn a lot from being a core. You have to have these, like, margins of perfection, and supports don't get tested as much in their pub games or their scrims as often when they're doing that. So if you go from that kind of a background, I always feel like cores that go to supports, they make such more refined plays. They understand the limits of their hero perfectly.
Plus, they learn to appreciate what is always gifted to them. These wards,
the
ganks, yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And seriousness, yeah, you're absolutely right here. As Cuckoo had been continuing to do a lot of work on this Witch Doctor, we'll get to see it again here and now. Bans continue to come out here. Mineski in the second phase, rid of the Bounty Hunter and the Jug. TNC take out the puck here, and now we'll see. Venge is still out there and available if it's something that they want to go for.
That was obvious. Minus armor synergy, attack speed, and damage aura synergy. Really good.
It's just everything wonderful.
That's a dirty triple pick from Mineski here. And in a lot of ways, it looks like they got the better of TNC here. They did ban TA, which synergizes with Slardar very well. Puck, which has just been a really big fixture of setting up kills and counter ganking. Really strong. So I sort of understand why they did this. Is it right, though? I'm not completely sold. Plus, you can swap whoever Slark pounces on, so it looks really scary on paper, that's for sure.
I'm curious to see if TNC will kind of go down the road of what they have usually been working with here. Possibly a Darkseer to be popping up. We got to see that great game in our first series today with the AU Rubik. But in that game, there was like a plethora of options given his way here, so we'll have to see if that's something they can reconsider or not. But good heads up, like you mentioned, getting rid of that puck with that swap gap closing here. You don't want to have any sort of ridiculous lockdown there. But we'll see. Maybe obviously getting someone to benefit a lot in the armor department. Is it too greedy to have a Slark and a Sven on the same team?
I don't like Sven against Sven Slar Beastmaster. I think too much minus armor. Good stuns, obviously. Beastmaster Roar counters BKB. Maybe they do something. Okay, yeah, that's actually a fantastic pick. It's a little bit weak to the minus armor, but it's a great Beastmaster counter. Clear up the boars, clear up the Necros.
And Raven is just flat out ridiculous with the hero.
Yeah,
Every game we've seen him play
is.
this gyrocopter, we look over at him and like, all right, this son of a gun has suddenly.
It's like 80 last hits at 11 minutes.
Yeah.
What?
By now, Mineski have to know that they need to find a way to address that, and I don't know what the best options may be. I don't know if it's a lane change-up. Maybe they go the more aggressive into the lane against the gyrocopter.
They can gank him early. Just they have to rotate supports,
early.
pick up the mid on the way, and gank him very early. It's definitely possible to do. Although with that said, they've got Slark and Gyro. Historically, in previous games, they put Gyro safe and they put Slark mid. So they'll probably rotate those depending on what Mineski picks for their mid. But you can kill the Gyro on the safe lane. You can kill mid as well. Safe lane, as they've been doing that, again, you can do those ganks. You just have to rotate generally a support and a mid. That way, and you have to do it pretty fast. Like rotate your one support over hidden, the mid pushes the wave, backs up, smoke, immediately run to the safe lane, and you blow up that gyrocopter instantly with help from whatever off lane the heroes are. It's basically a 4-man gank on the safe lane. It's really beneficial, especially he's going to get so many last hits that he'll be really farmed and they'll get a lot from the kill.
And Mineski continuing to adapt a bit here. We saw this in the...
Keep stealing strats, dude.
I know, right? Saw this in the hands of Orange, tearing earlier, that Yamate Clinks. Wonder if they'll consider putting it mid lane also, or not.
It's pretty good against Slark mid, I would say. Although Slark can also pressure the Clinks. If he gets the pounce with a sentry approach from a support, they could definitely kill Clinks pre-6. But with that said, they have such good synergy. Deso on Clinks, Venge Aura, Slardar ulti, plus the attack speed and damage auras, Clinks is gonna hit.
He gets that that Bloodthorn again. Could work out nicely. If,
yeah.
You know, with the +1.
Good against Gyrocopter too. If he gets BKB, he's still gonna die to the heavy minus armor. So it's starting to become a bad Gyrocopter game. I think it was still the right pick here. Clink's a very smart pick from Mineski. All right, going a completely different way this game.
Yeah, Chen coming out. Haven't seen this yet today. I don't even typically see it very often for a lot of these C teams, but here we have it.
So I think the reason they have to do this is because they know that the synergy is really there for Mineski's lineup. So if they do get into like an even gold scenario, then Mineski's going to kind of roll over the Gyrocopter at least. So this way, they can do a lot of pressure on towers and stuff like that, and force some reactions from Mineski, which means that their heroes will be a little bit less efficient from jungling.
Doesn't really seem to be able to fit the bill, but they're just that one step away from having the Holy Trinity. I was going to say the DK to go along with the Chen and Gyro, but they get their Tidehunter now for their offlaner and for the one to really be the initiator and set the stage. So
I like this. It's a great 4-man push lineup, basically. Gyro, Witch Doctor, Chen, Tide. It's perfect. If their opponents fight, you ravage them all while Gyro calls down, and then you win the fight. Like, you can't lose that fight. With Call Down and Ravage. Two amazing combos, plus potentially Witch Doctor Cask, and he'll heal you up as you push towers. So it's kind of weird that they picked Chen into Clinks, because Clinks will eat those creeps, but if they do a good job early pressuring, take a lot of fast towers, then their 4-man is amazing. Put a Shadow Blade on Slark or a Blink Dagger, you can go around getting solo kills, hopefully. And with that advantage, maybe continue snowballing, grab a bunch of auras that the minus armor strat does a little bit less, like Vlad's mech, for example. It looks okay for TNC. I don't know if this is the style they want to play, but perhaps they feel forced into it due to Mineski getting the Glory synergy picks. But I don't know if the Witch Doctor first was the right pick. I think they gave up too much by giving them Beastmaster and Slardar.
Yeah, but you can't break that trend, so it's just not going to happen.
You're right.
Last pick for Mineski, though.
I have faith.
This one, a bit puzzling here. Mineski, this will be the first Beastmaster I'll see them play today.
Yeah.
Do they typically run it in that 4 position?
Yeah, anybody can right now. It's really fast and very effective.
Yeah.
You just got to get the ganks off as soon as you hit 6. TNC, if they put a lot of pressure on, they can beat him there. I think it's okay. So it is for sure 4-position Beastmaster.
And a farming Queen of Pain. A safe lane farming one. I think Benner is going to be playing a mid lane Clinks. I mean, Raging Potato.
Maybe. It could be Queen mid. Definitely possible.
That's true.
It's still good against Slark. Like, either way, you're good against Slark. I think it's better if they put Klink's safe lane, I guess, because Quap won't be gankable by Chen, whereas Klink's is easier to gank. Yeah, like Queen is just not going to die mid 100%. So, or at least she shouldn't. It's possible with like a net creep into a stun, hypothetically, but Quap should be fine in the mid lane. Klink's safe, get him a fast slow ring, try to get some ganks off, pressure people that are preparing to push, and try to mitigate or at least delay how fast they start taking towers. I really like this Mineski draft though. I feel like it's better. TNC has to get some ganks with the Chen, possibly delay the Beastmaster levels by roaming around in the jungle, but with Chen that's less likely than if it was an enchant. So I feel like they've kind of had to pick like heroes that are a little bit worse versions of strats they normally do. So I'm a little worried for the draft here.
I would agree with you. This is the first draft from TNC where I feel like they might be at a bit of a disadvantage here, but we'll have to see how things will continue to blossom.
Well, one good thing is Mineski doesn't have very good AoE, so if they do go for pushes, they're not going to be able to clear the push very well.
That is true.
With the exception of Quap Bags, hypothetically, but you don't want to just go all in on that first. In most cases, that's not the right pickup. So they've got that going for them. There'll be minus armor from Venge, obviously. Because I was thinking their last hero would have to be like a counter push hero, something like that. Try to delay the push until your heroes all get there, hypothetically. Maybe something like a Winter Wyvern, but it's not a good Winter Wyvern game. So Quap kind of works. As long as the Beastmaster gets a fairly fast 6, he's going to use that to start setting up kills. And then it comes down to how much space Klinks and Beasts can make with Quap, I guess. I guess they all make space, all 5 heroes on Mineski.
A lot of space, a lot of good map vision out there as well. Roaming Klinks, obviously your Beastmaster, amp damage will help quite a bit. Wave, I mean, they can certainly sport a lot of the mobility and a lot of the map control here if done properly. And looks like we're going to be getting underway here after a short pause, ladies and gentlemen. This is the... Okay, we're back in pause again. Welcome to the grand final!
Hype up that pause!
Let's go! It's grand final time for the Southeast Asia region right now. One of these two Filipino teams is going to be making it to the Manila Major to play in front of the hometown crowd. Will it be TNC? Will it be Mineski? We'll find our answer at the back end of this best of 5. Here we go now. No more pauses, people. And we'll get underway. Chen with the early TP towards the mid lane. Holds both wards here. Hoping to possibly plant it pretty deep. Get that high ground ward. Oh, alright. We'll scout out any sort of early rotations to pressure their weaker mid lane.
This ward's also very good because it's going to always spot when their mid is shifting to the top rune. So this means that they can potentially set up ganks on the Quap as she goes to grab runes every 2 minutes. That can be pretty effective, especially with a couple Chen creeps. It's pretty easy for the raiding team to come from that cliff to set up those kills.
I don't know how Raging Potatoes Queen of Pain is, but you'll be surprised how many times those mid lane players will tend to blink up to that rune and risk getting themselves in a bit of trouble.
So they did do a smoke here. Most likely to put sentries and blockings down to limit what Chen can do. And they're more focused on protecting their ancients, actually. But I guess they do have an amazing level 1 lineup. How many stuns do they have? Like, just 2, I guess. I guess they're a little weak on disable. That's not too bad.
It's okay.
Venge Beastmaster. It's just Beastmaster's not 6 yet, obviously.
And once they get the Blink Daggers later on too, on both the Beastmaster and the Slardar, they'll have amazing initiation here to go along with it.
Yeah.
It looks like a split a piece of the runes. Wards that have been dropped for the Chen, though, only looks like the 1 here, so not really blocking out any camps.
And they are aggro dual laning, by the way.
You're right.
Perhaps you could call it an aggro try. Chen will probably shift to the off lane. Or I'm sorry, the secret trap. He actually went boots first. Alright, they're definitely invading jungle. This is the best way to limit what Beastmaster can do, is basically you go in his jungle, you summon a creep, and you chase him around and right click him. You can't do this with Chen normally because normally you buy a lot of support items, but this game it was actually the Witch Doctor that extremely sacrificed. And with these brown boots at the start, he's going to be able to chase those heroes around with less chance of being chased down. So this is a good choice. It's kind of scary in the off lane. They could do aggro lanes, for example, and that kind of looks like what they're doing, actually. Slaughter's actually looking for Chen right now. He's got boots of his own.
Yeah.
He's actually 4 position Slaughter, actually.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I saw it happen. I see Jules playing it. I'm like, something's a bit different here. And yeah, that support position.
It can work. He's going to go slap Slaughter.
Hi, how's it going?
Ooh.
Jumps in with a crush. They
One
already
skill.
had the Shadow
Could die
Strike.
here.
Death Pact, and it's going to be forced to choose through some early regen. You never suspect the early Slardar roaming gank in the mid lane, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, there was actually no way he died there. That was stupid to say.
Does cost us Slardar a little bit of mana, but he'll now take his business, it looks like, towards this bottom lane if he's ever able to make it there through this.
I am also. No, ooh, I'm disconnecting. That's not.
I am back. Okay, we're good. And suddenly the Slardar teleports to the bottom lane, and he gets a crush off here into Sam. Force him back a little bit. No, yeah, we do have that full aggro in action. Oh, just as they say, Purge. There's going to be a TP out, and they'll switch it back to duels, it looks like, for the meantime.
Okay. He's got a clarity potion going, so he will have another stun in a moment. But Chen's just AFK jungling basically right now. The more levels he gets right now, the better, because pretty soon, eventually the Slardar is going to find him. And the fast level 3 on Chen is just so important because it gives you 2 creeps instead of just 1. Really changes your strength. And then you can send one to harass mid, while the other one he uses to harass supports, for example. Makes a huge difference. Klink's pretty zoned as well. 6 last hits for him. 9 up on Gyro and 3 on Witch Doctor. So if they limit the Klinks as well, this could do a lot to make to keep Chen strong.
And we'll see here, Jules continues to float around a bit, but by this point, with Chen dedicated to the farm and Slardar not really dedicated anywhere in a lane, he could get swarmed by the Chen, so doesn't want to risk that one too much. And we'll have to join the side of Klinks once again at this point. Bottom lane, looks like Mineski will be able to get the pull through here. Kind of relieve the pressure a bit, but Sam quick to his level 3 on this Tidehunter with his solo safe lane get up. And we'll be able to quickly chunk through this creep wave very fast. I'm curious to see if the priority for this ancient camp is still going to be there for TNC, even though this time their precious high farming Raven Gyrocopter is in a bit of a different position as we saw him in the last 2 times we got to see him play. Now being in that kind of dual offlane aggressive setup, looks like he's still going to be able to find his just nice set of farm here.
Yeah, the levels are going to be split a little bit worse, so he won't level quite as well as he is in the safe lane, since pulling's a bit easier, but this is also going to give Tide a guaranteed fast level 6, so it's a pretty decent trade, especially because as soon as he hits 6, he can just rotate to the offlane and set a kill up. A little worried about mid though.
Yeah, got Chen here hanging up.
This is a combo.
Got the smoke, but he's not looking to use it for this gank.
I think he should.
Yeah, he will.
He can get this.
Pops it off right now, and here comes the run. That's a nice early pounce.
Got it.
There's the net, there's the stun, there's the first blood. AU gonna be able to pick it up right there, and it is gonna be TNC who strikes first.
That's such a big kill. He got pretty lucky on the spawn, so he got the Satyr to start, that got him a fast level 3, then he stacked the large camp, and he got the glory creeps, man. The net and the stunner. Guaranteed 3.5 seconds to disable on the Queen of Pain. The only way that worked, or didn't work, he actually led with the Centaur, which you apparently should do. I always lead with the Dark Troll, and that's why I suck. But the Centaur revealed as it approached, and he didn't see it coming in time. And once the net lands, then it's over, and then you just got to land the Centaur stun, and she's all dead. So nice gank there, really effective. Now he's level 4 at 4 minutes.
4.5.
That's better than what Enchantress does in a lot of cases.
Now they might be looking for the Quakes here. They pop off the preemptive dust, and the rocket barrage is just starting to make work of the little man of bones here. Raven says, I'm getting in there and I'm getting the job done, and he will. Boom! TNC quickly string together another kill.
And they take the tower right away. They do, it's huge. And there's arcane boots up on Chen.
Let's go, baby. Oh yeah. Slardar's here, but he's not even level 3 yet.
Yeah, this roaming Slar thing hasn't really done anything. Maybe if they had like Chen safe lane jungle, like he just actually never found Chen. And he needed to find him like right away for what he was trying to do to be effective. Wave of Terror does stop this though. Oh no, Centaur Conqueror. No! Okay, good.
Too late. Oh, denied.
Almost got last hit. Does he have a new creep? He's got a little clapper. That's a pretty good combo too. Maybe better. Higher damage, that's for sure.
Yeah, the roaming Slardar, I wonder if part of it, I mean, I don't know, you know, I wish I was a fly on the wall here for the side of Mineski, but I would hope that some of the pickup of the Slardar wasn't
he's in trouble.
To influence denying that pick from TNC here. Man, he just gets absolutely crushed after dishing out one to crush himself. But if it was all about mid lane, though, they are going to be able to get themselves on the board. It looks like Raging Potato makes a nice jump for the Slark, and will be able to get the kill on that.
He's at an awful lane. 17 last hits versus 31 a qual. I mean, that was basically their trade-off. They're like, well, we can pick Slardar, or we can pick this, we can play him as a support Slardar, and we can pick a hero that's actually in a Rex Slark in a 1v1. So they're getting this advantage there, but their disadvantage is the Slardar.
Yeah, and without Slardar, I mean, they do have a fallback initiator and maybe this Beastmaster once he gets, you know, maybe up to his Blink Dagger or something, or Queen can also start the party, but, you know, you want Slardar to get levels. You want to get that amp damage going.
Oh, she denied.
Nicely done. Raging Potato still having a pretty solid game here, and now they're looking for a follow-up. Cuckoo could be in trouble. Can they get the former teammate? Yes, they can. Witch Doctor will be going down. Now 3-2 here. Turn around Raven. Rocket Barrage gets the kill, but loses his own life for it. And now they look to go for Chen.
Oh,
Chen, though, gets the Clinks kill and then loses his own life. It's a triple kill, though, at the end of the day for Raging Potato.
I think that was actually worth it for them. Gyrocopter got 1 kill before he died, I believe. Yeah, he did kill the Slardar. So he picks up level 5. Chen got 6 out of that, which is massively powerful. Because now, despite them getting 100 or 1,000 gold advantage from that little engagement, every fight or every gank now is going to have Hand of God put into it. And 200 HP can easily be the difference in these like tanky trade heroes to get a kill or not, or to keep them alive and get the kill. I would love it, yeah, rotate, safe lane, Tide's got Ravage, easy Beastmaster kill here.
Yep.
Literally any +1, and he dies.
It looks like Tide may be rushing for possibly a mech build-up. Does that seem to be the case? You get the mech, you can 5-man right away. That and Hand of God, plus, you know, we already talked about the shortcomings of Mineski.
Oh, they're all here.
5-man, there's the Ravage, it connects onto 3, but a jump in from Raging Potato as a follow-up. They'll get the Tide down, the follow-up Roar, going to be connecting here on the Cuckoo. And they quickly just take out 2 very easily there.
That almost worked. There was a 10 stick on the Beastmaster 2, which I noticed after I said, there's no way this isn't going to work. But with the 10 stick wand, he was actually more than tanky enough. And Witch Doctor is a bit weak in terms of damage, so no Maledict either. So really big double kill, and the first Ravage wasted. So Mineski's off to a pretty good start. Despite those early Chen advantages, they're going to be really happy with how this game's going now.
So we'll have to see if TNC will be able to bounce back in the form of maybe some hefty push plays here, but doing the push play right now is going to be Mineski. They already lost their tier 1 at the top lane, and they're looking to take one for themselves. While this happens, though, rotation return here from Sam. We'll be able to stop them from their push, and we'll see Mineski kind of take their business elsewhere. Raging Potato already with 1 Oblivion Staff complete, plus 1,000 gold. He even has a bottled up Arcane Rune here. This could be a recipe for some serious bloodshed potentially.
Yeah, and lower the cooldown on his ultimate would be massive if he can find a kill with it soon. Chen keeps jungling, level 7 now. I'm pretty sure he's the highest level in the game. Pretty close. Highest levels are 8, 3 level 8s right now. He's 7 right after it. He's having a great game, really fast farm. He bought a Hand of Midas on Chen.
Well then, that is a Hand of Midas.
Okay. Never seen this before, except for that one patch that sucked.
It's a bold call, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. Meanwhile, top lane, there is going to be the coconut connection for the Beastmaster, but he's going to go too close to that tier 2 with all that fancy armor. Man. And they just shred apart the Gyrocopter. A Roar, a Crush, and Cuckoo. They're going to help Raging Potato get a double kill here. He silently shows up, wants to finish the job, will be able to do so. Can he make it away with a Shadow Dance here? Hand of God will help out. There's the Shadow Dance. Wants the man up for Raging Potato and get that bounty, but might risk losing his own life and will do so. Raging Potato with a triple kill. I don't think he's even stopped getting kills since that Lifestealer game, man. Now 8-1 in this game.
Oh, they catch the Clink spot lane. He's dead.
All right,
nice. All right, Midas paying off still. 4 kills now on Chen. Totally standard stuff. Catches him with the sentry.
This is a position 1 Chen now, so.
Is it actually the most farmed hero?
He's the most farmed hero for TNC.
Jesus, that's.
Next closest is the Slark.
Part of the problem is these like little engagements they're doing. These other fights that they've been doing just don't feel like TNC to me. They've normally played so safe, but they're definitely put in a weird position. They're trying to rotate around and get kills, but they've got a Witch Doctor. He's not 6 yet, so their damage isn't amazing. And Gyro as well is kind of being forced in these ganks and easily being punished by Quap, because like Gyro doesn't have a way to guarantee the Quap kills. He's kind of just throwing nukes on other heroes, and Quap can always punish him in return if he's not ahead. So the aggro dueling kind of worked at the start, but now his rotations are not getting enough value. With that said, though, their overall farm rates for their top 4 heroes are very healthy. I'm sure the gold graph is close, and it is. Like, Quap's really far ahead. but she's about the only one on
Yeah,
her
she's
team.
in a league of her own on her team is the problem. While the rest of them will need to play a bit of catch up here. And the formula here from TNC is coming together. Yeah, Chen went down this road of getting a greedy Midas, but this could lead to a closer level 2-handed God, maybe a faster Agnums if it's something he wants to go for. Then the pushing power is pretty damn ridiculous from TNC when they pair it up with the Tides mech, which is coming soon.
And even Penitence is a really good skill, but you never really get enough levels on Chen to get the value out of it. But 30% movement speed slow and 30% spell damage, or damage amp, that's amazing. It's on an 11-second cooldown, 8-second uptime.
Raven's in trouble. They'll lead in, they got the roar. They'll even Sonic Wave just to secure this one, and already, just about 11 minutes in, Raging Potato godlike. 9-1 performance on his Queen of Pain. He was taken down in that gank from Chen in the mid lane and hasn't been killed since. Just takes all the names here from TNC, and that will follow up with a tier 1 takedown.
They've just been rotating really well. That's the one here. That's the guaranteed kill. As soon as you roar him, he dies. If you go on Slark, you give the chance up that you might not get an effective gank off. They do take mid tower in response, which is, I think, actually worth it. And they still have Ravage as well. So they'll pressure mid. Chen can go split push other places if he wants. So I'm interested to see what item build he goes for.
Me too.
Oh, Tide, did he finish mech or? Okay, Tide did finish mech.
Oh, he did have it. Oh, you're right. Yeah, he's got it done. It's on the courier.
So
it's en route.
Chen goes something else, quite possibly Ags. He can get Ancient Creeps faster. That'll be really good. Or maybe he just buys like a Dagon E-Blade, who knows. He's actually so farmed, he can do whatever he wants, I think.
Top tower is under attack.
Dagon E-Blade, I would love that. Okay.
Oh, actually it's good. I just said that for a joke, but with Penitence, it's baller, dude. Good build.
Mineski, though, they find a little window to creep themselves into the Roche pit with the llama missing on the map. TNC, we know TNC, man. They'll go to the Roche, killed or not. They may square for a fight here.
Oh, they don't. Yeah, they don't
again,
get every time.
You guys got Aegis. Can I have that? Thank you. Runs in.
Ravage in a second. You got Orchid.
Back. Cass is going to try his best to help out Jules here, but there's going to be the call down. Raging Potato, though, from the high ground here. Stalls out, has no Sonic Wave. Nice mech, nice hand to God, keeps him alive. They continue to pursue. Raging Potato gets a nice pack kill, taking down the Witch Doctor in the back end lines. Chen is going to get dropped, though. Hands over that little bit of a bounty as Mineski looks to clean up, but here comes the turnaround. Pump fake, there's the Ravage. Only connects onto one here. The lone little Beastmaster after he gets his roar off. But Raging Potato continues to step in, gets these screams off. Doesn't even have the Sonic Wave, but he's going to continue to clean up here, Purge. Look at it.
Oh, he's alive.
Tries to get TE, not going to be able to get it.
The one.
Loses the Aegis here. TE sidesteps, makes it out alive. The Slaughter's going to be going down.
Oh,
but
no.
He really wants the Slaughter. He commits
That's not worth it.
And he's going to hand
worth it.
over his own life. He does get the Slark in the end, but he hands over a 820 gold bounty for it.
They're so formulaic. Every game they're like, we're gonna show up right when it's too late, and we're still gonna wreck them. It's like they every single time they always get them as they're retreating, so that as they initiate, they're just scared. You know, like if
that moment when the team walks out, like, guys, we got it. We just got the Roche. We're good.
Get
what
out.
the hell? And then
but
they're
then
right there.
the fights always started with their carry just walking in and getting a decent AoE, like a pretty good AoE. He dark packs 2 heroes, and he was on Venge and maybe Slardar or something, and that alone does like everything. If Venge is like saved or stays alive at the start of the fight, it could be very different. And they got to save for Ravage for so long. Like, the Witch Doctor looked like he was going to die instantly, but they had Mech and Hand of God. That alone was like completely fighting.
Jump in Crush, looking to go for Sam here. Sam pops off his mech as Slark does jump in and will force Mineski to kind of reevaluate and step back here. TNC showing that they have plenty of life in them. They will send Sam back for repairs here. What's Chen building? He's got an Ogre Club Purge. I mean, maybe the early component for an Ags and wanted to just kind of get the extra life, but normally you just get the point booster for that.
It's going to be a Dragonlance for sure. Just casual point booster on top of that.
All right,
very definitely.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, the timing of this Ag seems to be one of the fastest we've seen for a Chen here. When you get an Ancient Creep this early, is there going to be a good enough answer from Mineski to stop that kind of power coming your way? Giant Golems, Giant fire-breathing dragons?
Definitely very tough.
I mean, no Agnum's Queen of Pain obviously in sight, and no other way to really deal with the push.
They just literally circled one of Mineski's wards after it was placed on the map, the orange guy. I mean, it's clear that they were going to ward that because the Alpha Wolf probably scouted they had observer wards, but we'll see if they predict where it got placed.
Yeah, this team is also notorious for map hacking and backing out these wards. That's sarcasm, by the way, people, but they always seem to know exactly
They're
where their
so
opponents-
good that
yeah.
I think map hack all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and plus, you know, I'm sure these teams scrim against each other very often, study each other's replays very, very often.
Yeah.
Probably recognize the common warding patterns, or
Is under attack.
whatever it may be, they seem to read the situation very, very well. And the situation we're seeing right now, at least based on net worth, is Raging Potato, lots of TNC, and then the rest of Mineski. So.
Yeah. And Tide's perfectly progressed as well. Oh, they might have smoked right on top of an Observer Ward. He's got the Guardian Grief, so now the Orchid from Quap doesn't do anything. Although wasting it just to remove Orchid is a little iffy, because I kind of want to wait to heal usually.
Okay, TNC don't head directly through their woods. Okay, now they do. I was gonna say if they head directly right, they might be able to catch someone off, and it looks like they gonna catch anyone out anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little unfortunate there. Probably should have put a dust on the Tide. They didn't know that Clinks was there though. And he probably should have waited to let maybe the Dark Troll approach rather than his hero. Worst hero to find, basically. He would love to find like Slar or Beast or something.
And there's the Aether Lens on your Vengeful Spirit now, so that extra that longer safety net of a swap can be available just in case someone like the Clinks or Quap or someone gets in trouble here. To be able to assist at a time in need. But we're beginning to see the bulk up here from TNC with their hefty push game. Greaves already being done on this Tidehunter, of course. No real right click yet coming out from Teehee here after completing more of his utility kit. Quilla, drums, power treads.
They actually mess up on the Observer Ward. Fine, they'll see if they can grab it. Oh, that one in lane actually just died. They miss it.
Get it. A rare miss from TNC.
Dire's bottom tower is
Just
under
kind of
attack.
deterring everyone from checking him out for vac, I'm sure.
I know. I'm less and less convinced every moment.
Well, they'll move in, and in tradition, Raven will be able to chunk through this ancient camp. It's not as a glorious net worth game as we've seen from him in the past, but he's quickly trying to catch up. He's top of the net worth for his team at least, and looking to bulk up that much further.
Well, they helped. They shifted the Sark over, and they got vision. They're predicting the spot, but they should find it. All right, and that will give it to them. So they see it now.
Finally.
Cost them a lot of sentries. That was 3 cents, but to kill the ward is pretty good. It's actually kind of did its duty, or at least the Mineski lost the opportunity potential. Usually you put that ward there to spot when they're doing the Ancients, and you take a fight there. But they're ahead, and they have better team fight, so...
Can't really fight it.
Yeah, it was kind of wasted anyways.
I mean, they are taking this time instead while TNC are clumping together and finding their own bit of a grind. It's allowed Mineski and some of their other members to try to play catch up here. This Slardar, this roaming Jewel Slardar, was able to kind of throw together his Blink Dagger. In fact, he's almost got a 4-staff too.
Jeez. So he's basically off lane now.
About to be level 11. So he certainly found a way to recover a bit.
That's not bad at all. He's having a great game. The early game looked really iffy, but those big advantage team fights that they kept pulling out were really solid. Oh, we're on the multicast stream.
And then for the Beastmaster here, he's got his Blink already, and he's building up his Necro book. Still just a nice youthful level 1. But
yeah, I kind of like sometimes Beastmasters doing this against push heroes like this. It's kind of hard to get the team fight off anyways. Plus Gyro can clear his Necros, so it's a bit safer for him to be able to just blow up one guy, or to guarantee his roar is used at the right time.
And that could be a
kind of like the way they do this.
Great tool to use here.
BKB up for Queen of Pain and 100 gold.
Oh.
The anti-ravage basically. Good against Sark as well, and Sark is definitely behind. He went Drum Treads, all early game items actually. Wand, Aqua, poor man's Treads Drum.
He's like a walking thrift store right now.
Yeah, you kind of have to do this when you're behind though. Even the drum in this case I think is alright.
Where do you go from here though? Do you still opt to get something like your Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger?
I don't think it's a Shadow Blade game against Slar or Beastmaster. They have really good catch with that.
Maybe just straight stats like a Scotty or SMY to be able to man fight a bit better?
He could go Manta, but then his damage is awful. Maybe this is a Blink game. Sell Poor Man's Shield, get Blink Dagger. That way at least you can initiate and force those heroes to not be able to retreat.
Fair enough.
I would like that better, because then at least he's kind of providing the same role as what a Puck does, except against only one hero. And then afterwards he can transition that into a real damage item. Sphere in the gank right here. They just draw on the map, predict the whole enemy team is there, use the Dark Pact, and pounces back. Like right now, there's a lot of heroes missing. So if you look at what TNC's thinking, they're saying, well, if none of the heroes are showing, that means they're probably setting up a gank somewhere.
Yeah,
so now Slark has to play really
his
careful.
Passive bump up and out. The bird was kind of hanging out nearby.
Oh, you're right. That's probably why.
Yeah, so he was like, they might be here. They're watching me a bit. Someone's watching me a bit.
He's gonna go the Echo Saber.
Oh, on the Slark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a fun little line to get on him with the extra agility gain. He'll be able to benefit from it.
Oh, he's gonna kill that hawk. No, he won't, because it's about to time out. Oh, we got it.
60 gold. Thank you.
That was really close. So yeah, Echo Saber is just gonna amp up his damage a little bit faster. More stats for him. Will be kind of nice for the armor. Kind of a weird way to start, I guess, in terms of item builds, but I guess with the drum, he can use it to close the gap a little bit faster. So maybe doesn't fully need a Blink Dagger.
And Tide, though, also needs a little bit of time. Obviously looking to save up and get a hold of that Blink Dagger here to kind of get the party started. But obviously it's kind of comes second tier to the Slark and to the Gyrocopter. He'll need to find his own way to kind of get the resources for that big initiation tool. Their team, though, continues to kind of clump up and wait to happen here. But the TPs are happening at that bottom lane. Yep, they're moving in from the side of Mineski here, looking around the corner, maybe hoping that the Roche is going to be up soon.
Well, they definitely want to fight right now because that was 2 heroes that just TP bottom. So if they can catch a kill right now, it'd be really good. So they know it won't be 5 heroes. They grab an Ancient Creep, and I'm a little surprised they start off with an Ancient Black Dragon. I don't know if I saw a Golem there. This one does give 3 armor and an AoE. It's pretty good.
But that Fireball, though, you know?
Yeah, actually, considering how much minus armor they have, I think this is actually a really value creep right now. And these 2 stack, by the way. He could potentially have 2 of these. That's 6 armor to the whole team. Put a Vlad's on top of that, and you're...
Now, you're just getting ridiculous now.
Yeah. He's going to pick up the Hellbear Smasher in a moment.
The Clapper?
The Clapper. 15 attack speed. Pretty good.
Teehee eyeballing the Slardar here, but he's maybe realizing that the Slardar has been spending a lot of time farming up and might not be an easy target anymore. And Slardar will bop him up with the amp damage here. While this is happening, bottom lane there is a decent push breaking out here from Mineski. They'll be able to claim a tier 2 without too much trouble. And they will change gears to head elsewhere at this point.
He wrecked mid tower.
Yeah, he did. That's a lot of gold now going the way of Mineski.
It's just gonna get kind of tough for TNC now, basically, because
I mean, they're a team that
they're being pressured.
We're like building up for more of a push, more of a 5-man.
Exactly.
You figure that they're coming online by now, but it's not happening.
It's basically because Mineski's not taking fights. They're just pushing lanes out. They don't really feel comfortable spreading out, because if they do, they're gonna get ganked by heroes like Slardar, Beast, Quap. Those 3 heroes are very mobile, so it's hard for them to spread out and try to just 5-man push, basically, because Mineski's going to pick them off. They can't defend all the push because they'd have to spread out. Therefore, they have the 5-man, and then they get split pushed. So maybe until Slark gets a big item, perhaps. Shadowblade Blink, etc. Well, they got an Ancient Granite Golem on the Chen now. Now they're really strong.
Yeah, that extra life now coming into play. The big rock bad boy here.
He's so slow, 270. I'm used to like Infestor.
That's like Earth Spirit slow. Yeah.
Come on, man. He's like 295. That's like a real weak complaint.
Barely better. Oh, a lot of hate on the rock people, though, is what I'm getting at here.
I see. Oh,
smoke.
Timing's up. Are they Roshing? Let me sense this. Oh, the scan. Oh, caught one.
It did. They're pinging it out frantically. The smoke's on the way.
Oh, look at their drawings. They're going to group smoke and wrap around.
Oh, I like that.
How does TNC always know that the Roche is coming? How do they always know? What are they seeing? They lost the Hawk. Do they realize?
Up and over. Smoke,
there's the smoke.
pop,
there's the smoke.
Quickly canceled. They're going to see each other here. How's it going to break out? A quick blink back and a reset from your Beastmaster. Probably the smarter play.
Bring the Hawk up.
TNC now look to pull off here. Will Mineski take advantage of this in the high ground position? It looks like TNC are just maybe hoping to coax Mineski.
Oh, they might lose the
golem.
This is super big.
Jump in. Sam does not want to commit a Ravage when the team's not there. The rest of Mineski still hiding over on the right-hand side behind Roche here. Looking to go for that full wraparound purge. Can they catch him from behind? It looks like TNC are going to be heading out the other way. That board's not making it easy to run, though.
Ugh, that was pretty scary.
Very awkward engagement, but TNC do not pull the trigger yet.
It looks pretty good for TNC though. I think they can win this fight. I haven't clicked on Gyrocopter all game, but he's got Manta to remove the amp damage from Slaughter. Not a good build. It's definitely not the build you want, but it should help him against that plus Clinks. The heals on top of that plus the auras, it might be enough, honestly. Headdress now and Chen, this will turn into a Vlad's, but I'm sure he'd love to have it right now. They need more plus armor to their allies.
TNC continue to kind of hang around this Roche pit here. They begin their walk in while Mineski are floating around the outskirts. Slardar on the other side. They spotted him out. He blinks away from the coconut. It will connect, and he does sidestep away from the Clinks just in case. Now resets. We'll get off an amp damage here. A lot of flirting. No team looking to make a commitment quite yet. Crush will be there to kind of set Sam straight.
That's such good damage. It's got the arcane rune with Gush. Decent nuke.
Hesitant though, TNC. Don't wanna.
Yeah, it's a much scarier game than the ones they normally play.
Yeah.
Like, Slark is behind, and not as survivable, and Gyrocopter as well as hard countered. So he has to go Manta instead, so he's weaker than he normally is. They have to TP back Chen now.
So the rest of the team looking to finish out this tier 1, it looks like, at the bottom lane, but rotations are coming in. They want to fight. They're going to have to bring him back soon. First one to approach is going to be the Beastmaster. A jump in, though, comes out from Jules, and they're going to get the quick finish. Witch Doctor goes down. He takes it up. Can they get more? They're looking to hustle in. Clinks makes his move. Spots out Gyro. Right clicks are coming in. Teehee also going to be spotted. Pounces to the lower sand and will be able to make it away. They send back Raven, and he'll be gone.
Alright, Vlad's is up here. They actually did get the tower, surprisingly. I got denied, actually. Witch Doctor just completely out of position, tried to shift to the left side, and to deny the ward, but then he realized he's like, oh, I'm way out of position, my team's about to back, so just got blown up, basically.
And now Mineski make their move into the pit. This time they help. That with Witch Doctor being out of the picture, TNC won't do TNC
this
stuff.
This is TNC, dude.
But this is TNC, and they're going in. They see a Roche, and they want to fight. Oh, this time they finally pull off. Uncharacteristic from TNC, but now they look to re-engage. They move in, they make the roar, they look to go for the check. Can they get him down? They can. There's going to be no hand to God for this fight, but the return pickoff is going to be taking down the Vengeful Spirit. Still not sure if I like this fight for TNC. There's a jump in, nice crush from Jules, but there's no follow-up there. So
alright, well, it wasn't the worst.
It's a win for Mineski because this time they actually get to keep the Aegis.
Yeah, they didn't feel as confident going in there. The pounce was missed basically by the Slark initiation. He did go blink eventually, but they basically focused on the Venge while Mineski cleaned up the Ancients and the Chen. They just get a Slark kill. They just got a Slark kill. I didn't see that one happen. Probably the blink pounce with the Echo Saber, or the blink Echo Saber into pounce. And he probably had to debuff off the stun. No, he actually just drained all of his mana, it looks like.
Well, nonetheless, a swift grab there for the Slardar, some fish-on-fish action, and he'll be taken down. And TNC go back into a bit of a reset here. And Chen will grab up some new big creeps.
That's what they need.
Save the golem. Oh, yeah, there we go. Has a dragon already, and we'll have a golem soon.
Networth still looks a little scary for TNC. They're going to see Gyro die top here.
Gyro.
It's going to Manta, but...
Tries to Manta, tries to hide, has a TP, goes for it. He's good. Alright.
That actually works pretty well, because you remove the Deso debuff.
Oh my god, he's just like, I want to get this.
Oh, does he get him?
Moves in, gets quick double strike. And, yeah, wow, that's a lot of hate. They want to make sure they get the Fletcher down, and they will do so.
That was a lot of gold. 650 for Tide, and the Clinks is, or the Slark gets 241. That's absolutely worth it.
Oh, for sure.
The only scary part is that Mineski could try to push high ground with Aegis, but that was their carry, man. That was big gold for them. Absolutely worth it.
Mineski will continue to pressure this bottom lane, though, but yeah, you're right. Big boost here for TNC, though. The approach is coming from Mineski here. They don't have to worry about a Ravage. They're still Hand of God, still Death Ward.
Queen of Pain's got great items too. The AC pickup is a great way to transition Quap into more of a right-click hero.
Yeah.
She's really hard to kill now for even Slark.
And not to mention all that ridiculous minus armor. She gets to pair that with the Vengeful Spirit, with the amp damage.
Yeah.
And really, minus
Slark goes
armor. Oh, okay, Teehee.
Okay.
Man, he is ham.
He actually does do a lot of damage.
Whoa.
Oh, it's a DD. Okay, that's why. Oh,
okay, you get a good roar up, but the call down will come out. Hand of God not going to be enough here. And they quickly lose that Slark. Raging Potato, not done yet, looks to pursue. Makes chase for Raven while on the back inside. Cuckoo going to be getting off a nice death ward here.
Big swap.
Will help get the finish for the Slardar. And now Raven caught in a one-on-one matchup, but Potato gets what he wants and turns it into a 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah, great fight there by Mineski. They chased the Slark down basically. He used the ult as he went in originally, so it was off cooldown when they were able to catch him there in the jungle. Super big kill. Also, the Gyrocopter almost TP'd out during that fight, but the Venge was in the area and got the swap off with the Aether Lens, so canceled the TP where otherwise Gyro would have lived. So, almost went even on the fight there. Maybe they should have played a little bit safer. I mean, the Slark was the one that went in first, and they didn't have Ravage, and it ended up being a kind of a bad fight. So that kind of really hurt them.
They'll do enough work to at least get that tier 2 down. Not looking to approach the high ground yet. Still feel pretty confident about their position here. And we look over the net worth. It's okay. It's not too crazy here. About a 5k advantage or so for Mineski.
But the net worth bars look scarier because they used to have at least one hero that was in the top 3, and now Gyro's getting farther and farther behind. He's got 2,700.
Chen's beating him now, actually.
Yeah, he is going to go Scotty most likely, which is the right build to do. Stat heavy, it gives you a mix of armor and HP, which is basically what he needs. He doesn't really want to just get AC, for example, to counter it, because then Quap is going to kill him easily with nukes, so you have to go stat stuff. It's just a big mix of everything.
Chen keeps taking away all the big ancients from Gyro's camp that he used to farm up every day, but...
Yeah, at least they have the Frenzy ability from the Ancient Thunderhide. That's kind of good. 75 attack speed of the Gyro. It'll help a little bit, but he's definitely pretty food this game in comparison to normal games. There's a lot of good counters.
And it looks like Beastmaster, after split pushing this bottom lane out, he's pretty damn close to finishing out his own BKB here. More anti-Ravage capability. And it looks like Tide is going to be going for the Shivas next here, so any sort of refresher play is going to be saved for the long game. And these BKBs are really going to be able to do work then if that's the case.
It's such a good Shivas game too, because again they're all minus armor, so you can counteract that with Shivas, not to mention the attack speed reduction. It won't matter much against Clinks, but it's basically going to offset exactly what Beastmaster does as a hero, which is Inner Beast Aura. It counteracts that whole thing. It's pretty amazing. It's actually the same attack speed reduction that the Aura gives. So when they're all this right click based, it's going to be really big, especially if Slaughter's ever by himself. Good luck bashing. When you have no attack speed items and they're lowering yours by 45. He won't do anything.
Do have possibly that Bloodthorn item though coming up for this Clinks. He's already got the one Oblivion staff, and anyone he puts that on is going to be eating a lot of serious damage here.
It's actually quite good here, because it's such a low cooldown that if you use it on Slark and he dark packs it, it's not a big deal. Because 11 seconds later you can use it again. He's farming kind of aggressive here. But not spotted out.
He has help nearby, but he quickly pounces away from any sort of trouble here. And we'll just have to see what TNC are going to be opting for at this point. Their lineup really supposed to hit its stride about 10 minutes previous to this, and looking to kind of hold on to that advantage. But at this point in time, trailing behind Mineski, a team that's going to be able to continue to get that much harder to take down, and they're going to be able to hit that much harder. And we'll have to see what their next option is going to be here. Still plenty of time before the Roche is going to be up. Looks like a Raging Potato is going to be going for possibly a Sheepstick, maybe a Scotty. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I like Hex here. I think it's really needed. Slark's so far behind and his HP is weak that if you get the Blink Hex off on him, he's an easy kill. Especially with like Beastmaster there as well. He's easily the underperformer on the team right now. He's got pretty good farm, but until he gets this Abyssal Blade, he's still extremely easy to kill.
Yeah.
The Echo Saber helps a lot, but doesn't do that much. His damage is actually so low. He has to like build up Essence Shift stacks for him to be effective. They haven't really had like a really straight 5v5 fight in a while though. It's been a lot of
not since that Roche confrontation, but even then it was kind of a split apart fight, which is I guess more so for the benefit of a team like Mineski here. So TNC, who focus a lot on being close together with the benefit of all these ancient creeps, the benefit of the Ravage, the mechs, they need to stay tight. While Mineski can really thrive on pulling them apart here now.
He's got a BKB on the
smoke. up wrap around here. There's scans available from
What are these pings
one
for?
side. Where did they just scan? Oh, they scanned right up above.
And...
They're about to walk into it now. Okay, they will be spotted. And Mineski will avoid trouble. It's the second scan this game from Mineski that spotted out these smoke movements. Very nicely done.
It's pretty amazing that they're predicting this often. Like, oh, I think they're missing. They're not pushing top, for example. That's why things like summons are so good. They go top and they push it, and nobody shows up, so they say, well, they're clearly smoking.
Yep.
And then just one little scan. If you do the timing correct, you know where they have to be. If you don't like let yourself forget or stop paying attention, then you can do the protective scan and they're fine. They're smoking in return. No rush up yet. It's actually a pretty long spawn. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they'll find anybody.
Yeah, they'll hustle around. They might just kind of push out the lane. In the meantime here, it looks like Cass will be able to move in. Drops down the ward here, but was smoked up. Even though he dropped it on top of the knobs, will be able to kind of get away with that ward for now. And it will actually spot out Cuckoo here. The second he shows himself trying to go for a camp, they just jump onto him. That poor Witch Doctor is just as good as dead.
Yeah.
That ward already paying off, I guess.
277 gold. Grats, dude.
Takes the gank successfully.
You definitely all chat here, for sure.
And now Mineski make their approach. They got the advantage in numbers, and they're feeling pretty confident that they can make their move in there. No death ward to have to worry about here, but they have call down. They have Ravage. And a God mech. There's the Ravage.
Good
Things
BKBs.
off, but man, those BKBs shrug him off. Finally, Raging Potato gonna be able to get his off, and now the fight breaks out here. Slark tries to isolate Raging Potato, but they're not gonna be able to get the finish. Cast very low, but gets forced away. Nice blink dodge, avoids out the crush. He jumps in is a miss from him. Very awkward back and forth here. No one goes down. That's a Ravage though on cooldown now. Purge.
Yeah.
Mineski could just kind of take a moment to reset here, but instead it looks like they're gonna opt to double back for that Roche, but what they don't know is they'll need to wait at least a minute before it is back up. Unfortunate timing for them, and well, more fortunate timing for TNC.
Yeah, it was pretty good for them, I guess. Those 3 BKBs used on the Dire team, that's a lot of seconds. Slardar just got his though, so he's got a 10, but Beastmaster even like stopped his Necro 3 build and went for the BKB because he said, we're winning. If I just BKB as they Ravage, we're gonna win the fight. And that didn't happen there. So in some ways, TNC is going to keep scaling better. Slark actually seemed a little pesky. Not a ton of damage, but it was alright. So I have some faith in TNC holding out here.
Gyro didn't even really get to do a whole lot either. He didn't even use his call down, and I know I didn't see those Scotty shots really flying out too much, so just like a more of an awkward footsie play from TNC. They didn't really have to commit a whole lot of raw power outside of the Ravage, so they still have some tricks up their sleeve in case Mineski do want to give it a second try, but Mineski instead are going to be moving into the Roche.
Yeah, if they didn't win that fight on TNC, then
TNC are now going to it's the teleport to the Roche to somehow be there and take the fight. A rare sight where TNC will not be involved in the Roche whatsoever.
Yeah, they're just too far behind now to run across the map and take that kind of fight. Always have to worry about the push in. Oh, they lost one of their ancients actually.
Big Triceratops, unfortunately, going to be brought down.
Let's see where his other creeps are. I'm in trouble. Oh, they're in the...
Yeah, I got one golem over here that's going to help him out a bit.
And a Dark Troll. It's pretty good, but it could be better. Dark Troll with Gyro, though, it's going to increase his HP by like 250.
Let's see what they can do about it here. We got Golem and Troll on the front lines. They warded the high ground. They're going to look to quickly get rid of it. That's nice. No easy swap targets now. No easy jumping for Slardar.
Oh man, the thing's just dying now.
Yeah,
it's gone.
It's gone. Okay, that's unfortunate. Now they're jumping from Slark. Tries to make it go. Force out the BKB. Now there's going to be the crunch from Jules. Jules going to be forced to pop out the Ravage here. Now the Roar comes out. Catches most of the targets here. Ravage in big trouble. He goes down. Raven going to be taken apart with the help of the Sonic Wave. Swap back, and look at this. Mineski on the verge of being able to claim game number 1 against TNC, who beat them just earlier today. They take down the racks just as the nice little Bloodthorn item comes out from Queen of Pain. And with the destruction and siege capability of this Quick.
Oh, good Ravage.
This is good. Can they do it? Is it enough to hold them off? Oh, they eat up the cheese. They're good. He lives on. He's fine. That Slark's going to be going down, and that will be the hurrah from TNC. The white flag has been raised, and Mineski We'll take
Okay.
game number 1 of this best of 5 grand final.
Radiant's middle
They
tower is under
pretty clearly outplayed there. Slark just had a really rough game. I think that was where a lot of the problem was. Gyrocopter as well. They just took those fights around the top tower. That was really where things went most wrong. They needed to win that fight a little bit more convincingly or to get a better trade, but Slark was consistently on the back foot. His GPM was 395 compared to the 700 for Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain played amazing in the early game, but I felt like TNC was